Sportscast crew, welcome back to another week episode with your host, Mr. ESPN, where we discuss everything sports and the business behind it. We are here with my other host, Dove, and Mr. Mo Better. How you doing, fellas?
What up? What up? What up?
What up, man? What's good with y'all boys?
Great, man. We are officially halfway through the NBA season. We are officially at the midway mark. Just wrapped up All-Star weekend. Kind of bland, but it was just another year for all the first All-Stars. Shout out to, I guess, you guys faithful Nick. I guess you guys, y'all snuck Julius Randle in there. I don't know how you got in there, but hey. Wrong Nick. It should have been Jalen Brunson, but
it should have been both of them. Okay. But yeah, man, so far NBA is doing all right. You know, we just concluded the NFL season and watching Yo Philly Pigeons take that L. But we never done talking about that. At least I'm not. But it's an NBA season. So we could talk a little bit about these All-Stars. Yo, let's start it off on Saturday night, man.
What happened?
Macklin McClung.
Well, before we get there, let's start with this boy Dame. First of all, going on a crazy shooting spree. Both rounds he only needed. It's like every time they thought he couldn't hit it, he was like, watch this, cat. And he just blew the record out of the water. I'm really curious. I want to see, and I know they said they're not gonna throw them back in there, but I want to see a Steph, Clay, and Dame final round 3-point contest shootout. And actually, I'll probably maybe even throw Trey in there too. But Trey, I don't think would do too well because he's really off the ball shooter, not a really standstill shooter. But especially Dame, Clay, and stuff. If miraculously somehow, some way they can do that, that's a 3-point contest. I'd definitely like to see. And then if they could pull maybe the range probably 2 feet back to really see who can snipe from far consistently. But yeah, let's get to that dunk contest. I guess white man can jump in 2023. Matt has proved to us. First of all, shout out to him, man. Just signed, I believe, a 2-way contract with the Philadelphia 76ers. One hell of a story where he started from. But I've seen his videos on YouTube before. I was actually shocked. I didn't know he signed to the NBA a week.
Bro, he did like 2 days before the dunk.
So hey, shout out to him. Great marketing. Got on the biggest stage at the best time, and he showed out. Now everybody know his name.
Everybody knows his name, bro. I love it, bro. I love it.
Yep. So he put definitely one hell of a show on. He said he will be back next year. Hopefully next year they get him some better contestants to compete against. We're still waiting for the Zion, Ja, Zach LaVine, Aaron Gordon dunk contest, but Ja said he's never going enter the dunk contest, so we might not get a chance to see that. But definitely there's some other high flyers that can definitely I want to see Jalen Green come back from the Houston Rockets. Who else? I won't mind Obi Toppin from the Knicks. I think he still got a couple things that he could pull out the hat.
Hey, he won last year.
He did. Even though that dunk contest was really superb. Yeah, trash last year, but Matt McClung did his thing, had some excitement. I think that was the most exciting thing all Saturday night. And then we got the All-Star game Saturday, which was very mediocre. Last year was definitely better. But speaking of that, I think it's behoove, like, when we miss Steph, obviously LeBron only played one half. Giannis played literally one possession. I don't think it's very lackluster when the big stars are not there. Am I the only one that's seen that? Like, we didn't have Steph this year. KD didn't play. LeBron only played a half. Giannis played only one possession. Kawhi was not there. Who else am I missing? Anthony Davis not there. So I
he wasn't selected. But I mean, to me though, sorry to cut you off, but I mean, they it was due to injury. It's not like
I understand that.
Like in the NFL, they will opt out of the Pro Bowl. Like I'm straight. But NBA, unless they hurt, they going. The problem is that you just can't get them to play for real anymore. That's the problem.
Yeah,
I think they need to change the the format for sure. Some shaking up needs to happen. Number one, I'm not trying to see a 200-point All-Star game. What was the score last night? It was like 180 something to 170 something.
Bro,
They
I saw
changed the format.
the box score, bro. Like 8 people had over 30, bro. I was like, golly.
Yeah.
Like,
Who's trying to watch that?
yeah, I ain't even gonna lie.
A couple things. I think somebody said on ESPN they should change is number one. I love charity. You know, I think philanthropy is all nice, but I think they should go back to what they had before. The winning team gets the 300 grand. The losing team gets 150 grand. Second of all, I think they just need to go back to East and West.
Yeah.
I miss that East and West now, but stuff too, bro. Because I mean, it almost gave you a reason to play, like a pride kind of thing,
right? Like this my squad, this my side.
Now they selecting right before the game start. It's like, you know, it's just a regular old pickup ball. Team LeBron versus Giannis or KD, whoever is leading the other side. But like, I don't know. It's kind of. I just wish they would play, you know, and make it look like a game, and you know that way when it's 3 minutes left, it's down to the wire. They
best of the best.
Yeah, like they really playing again. Like I miss that, but at the same time, I guess I can't be too mad when they not playing for real because it's nothing to them. I mean, it holds no weight outside of just the accolade. It holds no weight. Can you imagine getting a serious injury at an All-Star game, bro? Like that would be demoralizing.
Yeah.
All I'm gonna say is this wouldn't have happened if it was Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant. That's all I'm gonna say.
I don't want to say that. I think as time has passed, I don't think it has anything to do with Michael or Kobe or anybody. It's just as time has passed, that's just how the game has. Yeah. I mean, NFL too. I mean, remember the Pro Bowl? They used to be out there busting each other's heads, and then now, look, now it's flag, literally.
But at least it's still entertaining. Like the flag was entertaining.
Nice.
Nah, because what if you're a defender like a Derwin James who's known for big hits? You're obsolete now.
Football and basketball is two different. They had to slow it down because you have people like Sean Taylor taking people out during the Pro Bowl and then missing the whole next year. You can't, you know what I'm saying? You can't do that no more.
Hey, it is what it is.
In the NFL space, in the NBA space, look, man.
Yeah,
do better. They gotta find something better, or just remove the All-Star game. If they don't go back to East-West, remove the All-Star game and just have everybody do like drills or something. I don't know, man.
Nah, keep the All-Star game.
They could keep the game. I just wish the intensity was still there like it was early, you know, a couple years ago or a decade ago or so. But like that intensity is just gone. Like they just literally, this is just vacation basketball. Like that's all it is for them.
To wrap this one up, I really think two things. Nobody has the eagerness to play with that favorite player anymore. Like I think that's why back in the day, because you know, Allen Iverson never got a chance to play with T-Mac. So the only chance he had was in the All-Star game. It's like, this is my chance, you know, get T-Mac on the wing with Vince and then throw these oops. You don't really get that. If you really want to do that, hey, what you doing this offseason? Try to get 2 weeks? All right, let's go hoop. You see what I'm saying? So they get to do all that fun in the offseason, which is cool. I'm not mad at that. So, you know, and I think the competitive spirit just kind of like, again, just been lackluster. There's no... I've been talking trash to you all week. I mean, all season. Now, when I see you in the All-Star game, we're going to go one-on-one because this is your chance. Put them on the island. Go one-on-one for a couple of possessions, kind of like Jalen and Jason Tatum did. But unfortunately, they teammates, so they do that every day in practice. But I would definitely like to see, you know, granted they're teammates now, but at one point, Kyrie and Luka go at it. You know, LeBron and Giannis go at it.
Yeah, I think you make the point. The reason why they don't look forward to that no more is because now they can
on their team. Hey, which team you want to join next week? That's what we
hey, yo, let's go to Brooklyn. Oh, nah. Let's do Miami instead. Like, hey, it's that simple now. So what's the point?
That's true. But speaking of joining teams, we had one chaotic trade deadline this year. I think obviously the biggest news that still rings throughout the NBA world is Kevin Durant officially leaving Brooklyn to join the Phoenix Suns with Chris Paul, DeAndre Jordan, and Devin Booker. In a massive trade which sent Cam and Mikal Bridges along with I believe 4 picks. And then they had a 3-way trade, which ended up sending Spencer to Brooklyn, obviously too, because Brooklyn decided to get rid of Kyrie Irving. So Brooklyn looks like they're trying to build around those young guys with a lot of picks. And now the Phoenix Suns went from possibly second round out to possibly finals contenders.
It wasn't no 3-way.
No, I'm saying 3 teams involved in 2 different trades, not the Kevin Durant trade alone. That's what I meant to say.
Okay.
So let's start off with that. Who do we think so far now that trade deadline's over? Let's start with the losers. Who we think are the losers of the trade deadline? Teams that should have made moves that didn't make moves, or teams that made moves that probably wasn't the right move.
The Hawks, the home team, sat they dumb behind down and didn't pick up no pieces that should have helped them.
I agree.
I think that to me, everybody else seems like they're in a good position. The Hawks, I don't know what the Hawks be doing, man.
I like that one too. I thought about that. The only thing is, again, I think we're in a weird position because it's like, okay, unless you're going to go get the big fish, which obviously was Kyrie and KD, are you really going to sacrifice some of your young pieces for who exactly? You see what I'm saying? Maybe a very another high leverage role player. There is a offseason in 2024 that's coming that's very deep. So we still have about a year and a half for that. But it was tough for the Hawks. I mean, obviously you don't trade Trey. You just got DeJounte, so you're not trading him. So I mean, John Collins been in trade rumors for the past 4 years, but again, trade John Collins for what exactly? Porzingis? No. You know, who else? Utah's not getting off Lauri Markkanen. He's an all-star this year. Sacramento's not getting off Sabonis. He was an all-star this year. So it's like, what trade package outside of Kevin Durant and KD was really, viable to really move the needle? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm sorry, Kevin Durant, Kyrie.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, I got you.
I honestly, I was gonna say that Vlad pretty much took it. I mean, because that means you practically saying all the other teams were losers. Because I mean, unless you found a way to get Kevin Durant or Kyrie, I mean, I'm not saying every team was loser. I like what the Lakers did. I like their picks, but like I'm just saying for the most part. I mean, obviously Kevin Durant was the biggest deal. And then if not him, then Kyrie was. So if you didn't find a way to land one of those guys,
well, I also like and this is brand new news today. I do like what the Clippers did in picking up Westbrook to come off the bench. I do like what Miami did by getting Kevin Love to be another body because Miami's actually kind of small in the front court.
I didn't understand that move actually. Because let's be honest, I don't think they're gonna give Kevin Love that much burn. He's just gonna be Udonis Haslem, but the white version. Like,
well, I see it like this.
History Month.
Miami had an issue. Their starting five was very, very small. I think Jimmy was like the second biggest person on the court. So when you add Kevin Love, yes, he's not the Kevin Love of Minnesota, but that's still another person that's 6'10". He would probably give you about 4 to 6 rebounds. Maybe 8 to 10 points. Stretch the floor for you. And now you can put Tyler and Kyle Lowry at the guard, Jimmy at his natural position at the 3, Kevin Love at his natural position at the 4, and then you still got a small 5 and Bam. But I think just for fitting wise, I don't think for productivity wise, because obviously Bam and Jimmy Butler is still their go-to guys. But I like it. I mean, Kevin Love was not getting no burn in Cleveland. Evan Mosley is doing his thing, and Cleveland look like they got their core. So might as well get him out of there. He was the last of that dying big 3 from Kyrie and LeBron that's about 6 years old now, 6, 7 years old. So yeah, I like it. One team I was surprised that didn't make no changes was 2 teams, Milwaukee Bucks and the Chicago Bulls.
Milwaukee got Jay Crowder, didn't they?
You're right. You're
They
right.
got him
I
back.
take
Yeah.
that back. I take it back. So yeah, Milwaukee did get Jay Crowder out. That is true. Which I think is a nice fit. Nice. Jay Crowder has that name of being kind of, the tough guy in the league. And then obviously I think, it definitely helps to add a defender in this league, especially for the playoffs. But I think the biggest reason why they got Jay Crowder is because now that Brooklyn is dismantled, they're like, okay, Boston's the only person in front of us between now and the finals. And obviously with Boston, you need bodies to throw. They got like a 10-man rotation in Boston. They deep. So I like that pickup with Jay Crowder. But I would have liked to see John Wall as a backup to Drew if that was the case to go to Milwaukee, which didn't happen. Unfortunately, John Wall's still stuck in Houston.
Whew.
That man's life is terrible, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, is it?
His NBA life. Oh well, you know what? He got all the money stuff.
He gets the money. He got the money. That's the most important thing.
Yeah, so definitely Milwaukee's a team to look out for moving forward. But how about you guys Knicks? Did you guys like lackluster?
I like the Josh Hart pickup.
Okay.
They gave Brunson somebody who he's really familiar with. They played in college together.
Yeah,
Josh Hart.
That was the year they beat UNC.
Yeah, Josh Hart is a hooper to me, anyways. I'm not saying he's like spectacular top 10 player or whatever, but he can get it done on both ends of the court. So perfect pickup for us. Just another great piece. Shout out to the Knicks, man, playing good basketball.
Yeah, he's a good player. I think Cam Reddish is a better basketball player, but if you ain't gonna use him, then hey, find something to do with him. I do think Cam. I don't know what the drama around Cam Reddish is, but I think he's a hooper. But whatever it is, if you ain't gonna
find a spot in Portland now because he's doing his thing in Portland.
Good for him, man. Go get it, buddy.
That's weird though. Like that's two teams that just was like hit him on the bench. I'm just like what is it about the real deal?
It has to be a personality thing because it can't be a talent thing.
No, it can't be a talent thing. Because he was easily. I think he's probably one of the top players on our team. Like he was easily, but it got to be something about him that people just can't relate to. I don't know.
Yeah, that's weird. And last but not least, I know this team has been on the news all year and every year, but how do we feel about the Los Angeles Lakers? It looked like LeBron kind of did a reset button like he did in 2018 in Cleveland. He got rid of Pat Bev, got rid of Westbrook. He got rid of Thomas Bryant, and he's brought in new pieces. D'Lo, a former All-Star, Jared Vanderbilt, nice defender, 3-and-D guy, and Malik Beasley, who is very solid. I've seen that first game they all played together.
Don't forget Mo Bama, aka Yo Mama.
Yeah, that's right. Another stretch guy to back up AD at the 5. So look like the Lakers starting lineup is going to be D'Lo, Jared, Malik, Bron, and AD. First game back, when they all played together, it looked really good. LeBron only played 28 minutes, and he looked like, all right, this can work. So how do you like the Lakers so far? I think they're in the 13th seed, trying to make a push. I think they're only 3 games back from the 6th seed. That's how tight the West is right now. But
it's crazy because they like number 13, but like within like 3 games or something like that. It's like it's really wild. First shout out, because we never did really shout out to the number 1 scorer of all time. We never really gave him much love on here. So shout out to Bron for getting that mark anyway. But they have a shot. Like they have a shot. If a couple things go well, they can at least make 7 seed play in tournament or something like that. They just got to be on the floor together and get some type of commodity and see what happens from there.
Is this a stretch if I say this is probably the best true point guard LeBron's played with since Kyrie left Cleveland?
You talking with D'Lo?
Yeah, with D'Lo.
We would have to see how it works.
Hey, don't forget he had an all-star before Kyrie, bro, in Cleveland.
Mo Will.
Well,
well, I'm talking about the second time Cleveland, but since Kyrie left in 2017, this probably, I mean, and no disrespect to Russ. It's just when LeBron and Russ joined, this was on the tail end of Russ, But I'm looking at it. I mean, I watched the first 2 games they played together. I'm like, this is exactly what like D'Lo can hit transition threes. Like LeBron's been screaming for this for the past 2 years. Like Russell Westbrook was in the top of backboards. I'm sorry, my boy. It's just not the same. But I also like this. The Lakers have gotten tremendously younger. Malik, Jared Vanderbilt, D'Lo, all under 30. And I think that helps a lot.
And Rui Hachimura, whatever.
And Rue from Washington. So with those young guys, you can ride them for the remainder of the season, get in a little win streak. And we all know, bias or not, you getting that playoffs. As long as you got LeBron on your side, there's still a chance because he's shown that several times. So as long as the Lakers can get into the playoffs healthy, I'm not saying they'll run the house. They'll go to the finals or even the Western Conference Finals. But hey, depending on the matchup, because to me, I'm sorry, Kevin Durant, all you want. I still don't see the defense in Phoenix yet. You don't get better by losing your best defender, Mikal Bridges, and Jay Crowder. So they got a lot of offense, but they ain't got a lot of defense. And we see this in Brooklyn too.
Pause. You don't get better by getting rid of Mikal Bridges.
No, on defense. You don't get better on defense by losing.
But you just got Kevin Durant, who can drop anywhere between 30 and 75 points at any given.
75.
That is true.
Yo, like, let's stop with the jokes, bro. Come on, man. I get it. Defensive champ, please. Especially in this
talking
game,
about the NBA today.
The best defensive team gives up 110 points. So, like,
you're talking about the NBA today, right?
Yeah, bro. You need somebody that's gonna put up buckets. And now Phoenix got not one but 2 guys that can drop anywhere between 30 and 75. Okay. So, like, I don't want to hear it, bro. DeAndre Ayton, say what you want, but he can give you 20 and 10 any night.
Yep.
And Chris Paul, hey, he's not going to turn the ball over. Exactly. Right. He's still the general. I mean, he doesn't have to run an offense much anymore because you got 2 elite ISO players. But shoot, Chris Paul knows exactly what to do with the ball, and he's still a really good defender. I don't want to ill it.
and the leadership, just the leadership alone makes him a weapon for that team.
Yeah, that's what Kevin Durant needed. He needed somebody to run the house so he could just come and hoop. I think if there's something we know now for certain is that KD is probably not built to be the leader.
Like, he could be the best player, but that's it. Like,
that's all.
Don't count on all that other stuff.
I ain't talking to you.
Like, he never. Yeah, exactly. I mean, in every team he's been on, he's the best player. He just. Like, I don't know if you could put the C on his jersey, though. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, I mean, with Chris Paul there and you got Monty Williams as your coach, I think KD could just sit here and hoop.
Before we do the mid-season grades, can we say, okay, first of all, first question, is obviously finals a bust this year, right? So if they don't win it all, it's a bust. We can agree with that.
I mean, yeah. I was saying Phoenix is 5, but I would say by next year for sure.
Okay.
But even this year, they
wait, who they playing in the finals though? If they playing Boston, that's a tough one. I'm not going.
Hold on. Here's my question though: if that's the case, then we can't say Kevin Durant's the best player in the league.
What you mean? Why not?
Because if your team is Devin Booker, Chris Paul, DeAndre Ayton, and you're the best player in the team, and it matters who you play, you're not coming. Like, I will understand if he was coming into this finals and
there's still matchups, bro. Like,
I understand there's still matchups.
Have you seen what Boston got over there? Who the fuck want to play them?
I see what
Who the fuck want to play them?
But again, if you're Kevin Durant,
I don't care who you got on the team.
A 2-time champion with all this experience in the playoffs, to me, if you got a team, let's be real.
They weren't champions because of him.
This is probably
remember
the best
that
team Kevin Durant
he's a two-time champion, but he rode on coattails. Even though he was the best player on the team, he rode on coattails.
And I 1000% agree. That's what I was about to say. This is probably the best team he's been on since he left Golden State.
I mean, yeah. I mean, granted, don't forget. I mean, people forget. Yo, Brooklyn was going to win a chip if Kyrie and Harden don't get hurt. In my opinion.
Yeah,
they were on their way. But I mean, to say if he's still the best player or not, I mean, to me, it's matchups though. I mean,
yeah,
Boston, they just know how to play well. I mean, they deep too. Like, and I think they got better. They just went and got that shooter from OKC, Muscala or whatever his name is,
Mike Muscala.
So yeah, they got even better in my opinion. So I mean, I could see why Jig would say that. I was thinking more playing Milwaukee would be the issue because I mean I think Giannis is just.
That was gonna be my second team to say. They big as shit. Who want to play them? Who want to play them?
And adding Dre Crowder definitely helps.
You talking about Phoenix, a bunch of little guys. You think they want to go bang with them for 5+ games?
So if that's the case, then all right. When you look at the trajectory of Kevin Durant's career, he's had, for the most part, some really well put together teams. OKC.
Hell yeah.
Golden State. Brooklyn. Now Phoenix. I love you, KD, but my boy, if there's no, like Dub said, if there's no championship by 2024, we're going to have to look at that legacy a little bit different, as you might just be a great scorer.
Well, I thought that was his thing.
What happened?
I thought that was his thing. He's an amazing scorer.
Period.
Who else?
There's no comma. It's just, that's the sentence.
Right. Who else looks to them for more than that?
Well, you know, there's word that Kevin Durant's the best, and he's probably top 5 of all time or top 10.
In what?
All time, man.
Top 10.
And NBA like history, like top 10 player of all time.
Wow.
And,
I don't know.
I don't know. That's the Terps. But to me, look at the landscape.
Did he make it out there yet? I don't know.
I'm just wondering. I don't see how you got the point guard in Chris Paul. You got Mr. I can drop 71 on your head at any time in Devin Booker. You have the number 1 pick in DeAndre Ayton a couple years ago. And then you're Kevin freaking Durant. I'm sorry. Some way, somehow, yeah, this has to be a championship at the end of the day. No matter who.
You know what that sound like? Let me show you. Ohio State Buckeyes look amazing on paper till they ran up on some dogs. Mm-hmm. Ohio State, Phoenix Suns. Some dogs is Milwaukee or Celtics. But it looked good on paper till you play the game and it's like, oh, this is different.
It
so
is.
Till we see it happen, you could get one game, but when you got to play a series, that's different. I'm still gonna give the one up to the Bucks or the Celtics till I see different. On paper, yes, they have all the firepower in the world, but they gonna be coming up against some brick walls on the other side, and we're gonna see how much that firepower hold up.
And not to lie, it sound crazy. They might not want to see them Mavs. This look at it this way.
They got to play defense. You're right.
Luka went to the Western Conference Finals technically last year by himself. Let's be real. Tim Hardaway was hurt.
Right.
You just gave him another guy that can sauce anybody in this league one-on-one.
Easy.
I mean, and they got Christian Wood this year. So the lineup, when they're all healthy, when Luka comes back, which he will, not because he played in an All-Star game, Kyrie, Luka, Tim Hardaway, Christian Wood, and I believe they're going to start Dwight Powell at the 5, which is a 7-1 center with length. That can cause some ruckus to Phoenix. To me, I think that's a matchup because Chris Paul and Devin gonna have their hands full trying to guard Luka and Kyrie.
And the number one thing, Chris Paul got to stay healthy.
The
For some reason,
hamstring got
whenever the
hurt.
playoffs come,
Boy, that's when that boy starts
That's-
falling apart.
so again, like I stated, man, history shows once the playoffs show up, Chris Paul body show up. So again, let's say he does make it to the finals. He not holding up against them brick walls they got over there. He got to go against Holiday. Holiday gonna be in his butt. He gonna pull something.
You got Holiday, you got Chris Middleton, you got Brook Lopez, you got Giannis, you got Jay Crowder.
These niggas is 7 foot from the shooting guard on. It's all of them 7 feet tall. Seems like.
You stupid, bro.
But yeah, anyways, man, my bad. I keep harping on that.
But before we wrap up the show, let's get into the midseason grades. Let's go ahead and start off. Coach of the year. Who do we see has the early candidate for Coach of the Year? And don't say Tom Thibodeau.
You said what?
I said, don't say Tom Thibodeau.
That sure was the only one that came to mind, bro.
I'm actually gonna go with Joe Mazzulla, who is the coach of the Boston Celtics. Reason why, we all know the scandal that Ime had last year. For please disregard the sound effects. But for Joe to come in the midst of that turmoil, get the attention of the team, and Boston being the number one team, not only in the East, but the whole NBA right now, playing at a high level, I think that's commanding. Even though, yes, they have talent across the board, but I think that's hard for you to come in through that door day one, especially with the young guys, and, get them all under one accordance and play well. So I'm going to go Joe Mazzulla for the Boston Celtics as Coach of the Year for me. If Kevin Durant and Kyrie stayed, I would have picked the Brooklyn. Jack Vaughn, but sorry, brother.
he lost every award record that he thought he was going to get.
Right.
Go ahead, Jay. What you think?
Hey, I'll just piggyback off of Mr. ESPN for this one. That was easy.
You going with Joe? Okay.
Yeah, I could see that too.
Defensive Player of the Year. Obviously, I don't think it's going to be Rudy Gobert this year, not for the fourth time. But Defensive Player of the Year, I know we have a few candidates. Joel Embiid has been playing well. Giannis has playing well, as of course. But my sleeper this year, Bam Adebayo. I think Bam Adebayo, on the defensive side, I think Bam Adebayo has definitely took a step forward. I think he's averaging 1.2 or 1.3 blocks a game now for this season, but definitely being an anchor for I got Bam Adebayo as a sleeper Defensive Player of the Year for this for 22-23.
Dub.
F that, bro. What's my man in New Orleans? The dude that be running from behind everybody.
Jose
Alvarado.
Yeah, bro. I like this guy, bro. Feisty, and I like. Honestly, I think it's hilarious when he be getting all them little steals from and it's like that's not the only time that he played defense though. Like, he really is him on defense. Like, he's
right.
Annoying. So I think he's a more humble version of what Patrick Beverly is supposed to be all the time, I guess. So
facts.
Give it to Jose.
Jose, okay. Jay, you going with Jose too?
I'm not picking nobody. I don't know.
All right, fair enough. Sixth Man of the Year. I wish he didn't get traded because he was actually
Westbrook.
Yeah, it was gonna be Westbrook. Last 2 months,
numbers for it.
He been hooping.
Like it or not, he had the numbers for it, bro.
He had the numbers, especially the past 2 months. He's been doing his thing. So I was gonna go Westbrook. Now see what he does with the Clippers. I think he'll be all right, honestly. But my pick was Russell Westbrook for Sixth Man of the Year this year.
I concur.
Yeah, I think if we played him, it could have been Cam Reddish, bro. But
it could have been.
You gotta want to play talent. It's no way.
For it. But yeah, it's funny because I don't think because he's Westbrook, they're not gonna give him that reward, even if he stayed with the Lakers.
You think because he's a Hall of Famer and he's a former MVP?
No, it's just for whatever reason I don't know, like he is marked in the NBA. Like there's something about Russell that not everybody can really vibe with. So I don't think they would have gave it to him anyway. So I don't know. Maybe is Jordan Clarkson still coming off the bench in Utah?
Yes, he is.
All right, let's give it to that guy.
That's probably who's gonna win for real though.
All right. And the most lustrous award that we look forward to every year, the MVP Most Valuable Player Award. I hate to say this because I know they don't want to do this because it hasn't happened since Larry Bird, but I'm sorry. You gotta give it to Jokic again because this man going crazy. Like triple double, and this man came and jump over a piece of paper. Come on. Like,
Yo,
dog.
I had this argument with somebody today. I was like, Joker is a great player. He's an amazing player to be so unathletic. Like, he doesn't jump, he barely runs.
He get the ball. Somehow the ball gets through the hoop though. Whether it's scoring or assist, that's what matters.
It doesn't matter. He makes it happen, and it's just crazy.
And it's so commendable because Jamal Murray didn't really come back until about a couple weeks ago. Michael Porter Jr. been out, and I don't know if y'all been watching Denver, but Denver looking like they're a real threat in the West. Now again, we gotta see what happens in the playoffs. But Denver's and they're kind of deep. They got some pieces now. Don't sleep. They got some pieces,
They
but
gotta be healthy, man.
Their big
three just gotta be healthy. Like that's a scary big three for real when they're all healthy, but they never are healthy.
Never healthy.
That's the crazy part.
But
they'll still be holding it down though.
Yeah, for sure. He got to. He got no choice. He the only person on the team.
So yeah, I feel bad for Embiid because Embiid is giving a great game.
We don't feel bad for him. Don't say that. Don't say that. No, we don't feel bad.
It's hard. I'm sorry. I mean, at first in the beginning of the year, I was going to say Tatum because Tatum was going crazy. But right now, Jokic has just took over, and Jokic look like he's about to be a 3-time in a row MVP with the most unathletic skills ever.
3P. Put it up there.
Yeah, first time.
I like Joker for it too, bro. Like, hey, he gets the jobs done, bro.
That's right. But so that's our mid-season grades for the 22-23 season. Be sure to stay tuned for all the things coming up for the second half of the season. Coming up, we have a big playoffs coming with all the new trades. So make sure you comment, like, subscribe, and stay up to date with us on all platforms. And we guys will check you next time.
Hold that L, pigeons. Play my exit music.
Die, Eagles, die.
Bye.